Before you skip this video, check your pocket, because the coins you are about to see might already be in your home, and they could be worth far more than $1. Welcome back to Old Valuable Coins, where we uncover the hidden secrets of everyday money. Today, we're talking about 3 coins that most people ignore, but smart collectors never do. The 1979 P dollar coin, the 1979 D dollar coin, and the 1980 P dollar coin. These coins don't look rare. They don't look expensive, but looks can be very deceiving. Let's start with the 1979 P dollar coin. The 1979 P1 dollar coin is widely known as the Susan B. Anthony dollar, and it represents a very important turning point in United States coinage history. This coin was introduced as part of an effort by the United States Mint to modernize circulating currency and reduce production costs by replacing a large and heavy Eisenhower dollar with a smaller, lighter coin that could circulate more easily in everyday transactions. The coin honors Susan B. Anthony, a pioneering leader in the women's suffrage movement, making it the first U.S. coin to feature a real historical woman rather than a symbolic or allegorical figure. The 1979 P version was struck at the Philadelphia Mint, which is indicated by the P mint mark located just above Anthony's right shoulder on the obverse side. This was also historically significant because 1979 marked the first time the Philadelphia Mint used a P mint mark on a regular circulating coin. Before that, coins from Philadelphia typically carried no mint mark at all, so this change is an interesting detail for collectors. The obverse design of the coin features a portrait of Susan B. Anthony facing right, designed by chief engraver Frank Gasparo. The inscriptions include Liberty at the top, the year 1979 at the bottom, and the motto, "In God We Trust," placed to the right of the portrait. Around the rim, there are 11 stars on the left and 2 on the right, representing the original 13 colonies. The reverse design is adapted from the Apollo 11 mission insignia, showing an eagle landing on the moon while holding an olive branch, symbolizing peace. The Earth appears in the background above the eagle, and the inscriptions read, "United States of America, $1," and "E pluribus unum." The coin is composed of a copper-nickel-clad composition, consisting of a pure copper core sandwiched between outer layers of 75% copper and 25% nickel. It weighs approximately 8.1 grams and has a diameter of 26.5 millimeters, making it significantly smaller than the Eisenhower dollar, but still larger than a quarter. One of the major criticisms of this coin was its similarity in size and color to the quarter, which caused confusion among the public and limited its acceptance in everyday use. In terms of mintage, the 1979 P. Susan B. Anthony dollar was produced in very large quantities, with over 360 million coins struck for circulation. Because of this high mintage, most examples of this coin are not considered rare today. However, condition plays a major role in determining value. Coins that are heavily circulated typically carry only face value, while uncirculated coins in mint state condition can be worth a few dollars depending on their grade. There's also a notable variety within the 1979 P coins known as a wide rim or near date variety. In this version, the date appears closer to the rim compared to a more common narrow rim version. The wide rim variety is scarcer and more desirable among collectors, often commanding a higher price, especially in high-grade condition. Identifying this variety requires careful observation of the spacing between the date and the edge of the coin. Proof versions of the 1979 Susan B. Anthony dollar were also produced, but those were struck at the San Francisco Mint and carry an S mint mark. The 1979 P coins are strictly business strike coins intended for general circulation, though many were saved by collectors in uncirculated condition. Despite the historical significance and the attempt to modernize coinage, the Susan B. Anthony dollar was not widely accepted by the public. Many people confused it with the quarter due to its size and color, which led to its limited circulation. As a result, production was halted after 1981 and briefly resumed in 1999 to meet demand for dollar coins used in vending machines and transit systems. From a collector's perspective, the 1979 P. Susan B. Anthony dollar is an accessible and affordable entry point into coin collecting. While it may not be extremely valuable in most cases, it holds strong historical importance as the first small-size U.S. dollar coin and the first to feature a real woman. High-grade examples, especially those graded MS-65 or higher by professional grading services, can carry a premium. Coins with exceptional luster, minimal contact marks, and strong strike quality are particularly desirable. The coin also represents a broader story about how design, usability, and public perception can impact the success of a currency. Even though it was technologically advanced and cost-effective, its similarity to existing coins ultimately led to its failure in circulation. This lesson influenced later designs, such as the Sacagawea dollar, which used a distinctive golden color to avoid confusion. Now let's move to the 1979 D dollar coin. Minted in Denver, this coin may seem common, but the condition changes everything. The 1979 D1 dollar coin is part of the historic Susan B. Anthony dollar series, a groundbreaking issue that marked a major transition in the history of United States coinage. This coin was introduced during a period when the United States Mint sought to modernize the nation's currency system by replacing the large Eisenhower dollar with a smaller, more practical coin for everyday use. The 1979 D coin was struck at the Denver Mint, as indicated by the D mint mark located just above the right shoulder of Susan B. Anthony on the obverse side. This coin is especially significant because it belongs to the first year of issue for the Susan B. Anthony dollar series, which was also the first time in U.S. history that a real woman, rather than a symbolic figure, was featured on a circulating coin. Susan B. Anthony was a leading figure in the women's suffrage movement, and her inclusion on the coin was intended to honor her contributions to American history and the fight for equal rights. The design itself was created by chief engraver Frank Gasparo, who adapted elements from previous coin designs while introducing a modern, compact format. The obverse of the coin displays a right-facing portrait of Susan B. Anthony. Surrounding her image are the inscriptions Liberty at the top, In God We Trust to the right, and the year 1979 at the bottom. 13 stars are arranged along the border, representing the original 13 colonies of the United States. The placement of the D mint mark just above the shoulder is a key detail that distinguishes this coin from those minted in other facilities. On the reverse side, the design features an eagle landing on the surface of the moon while holding an olive branch, symbolizing peace. This imagery is based on the Apollo 11 mission insignia, reflecting the pride and technological achievement of the United States space program. Above the eagle is the Earth, shown as seen from the moon, adding depth and symbolism to the design. The inscriptions include United States of America around the top, E pluribus unum above the eagle, and $1 at the bottom. The coin is composed of copper-nickel-clad material, with an inner core of pure copper and outer layers consisting of 75% copper and 25% nickel. It has a total weight of approximately 8.1 grams and a diameter of 26.5 millimeters. The edge of the coin is reeded, similar to quarters and dimes. One of the most discussed aspects of the Susan B. Anthony dollar, including the 1979 D version, is its size and color, which closely resembled a quarter. This similarity led to widespread confusion among the public, which significantly affected the coin's acceptance and circulation. In terms of mintage, the 1979 D Susan B. Anthony dollar was produced in very large numbers, with hundreds of millions struck for circulation. This high mintage means that the coin is relatively common today, especially in circulated condition. Most examples found in everyday circulation or coin rolls are typically worth their face value of $1. However, coins in uncirculated or mint state condition can carry a premium, particularly if they exhibit strong luster, minimal contact marks, and a sharp strike. Collectors often pay close attention to the quality of the strike on 1979 D coins. Some examples may show weaker details, particularly in the hair of Susan B. Anthony or the feathers of the eagle on the reverse. Well-struck coins with full detail are more desirable and can command higher prices in the collector market. Coins have been professionally graded by reputable grading services and receive high grades, such as MS-65 or above, are especially sought after. Unlike the 1979 P coins, which are known for the wide rim and narrow rim varieties, the 1979 D coins do not have a widely recognized major variety of that type. However, minor variations and errors can still exist, including off-center strikes, die cracks, or other minting anomalies. These error coins can attract additional interest from collectors, depending on their uniqueness and condition. The release of the Susan B. Anthony dollar, including the 1979 D-issue, was part of a broader effort to encourage the use of dollar coins in everyday commerce. However, despite the practical intentions behind its design, the coin struggled to gain public acceptance. The confusion with the quarter, combined with the continued availability of paper dollar bills, limited its circulation. As a result, production of the series was halted after 1981, though it was briefly revived in 1999 to meet demand for dollar coins in vending machines and transit systems. From a historical perspective, the 1979 D. Susan B. Anthony dollar represents both innovation and challenge. It introduced a new size and format for U.S. dollar coins and honored an important figure in American history, but it also demonstrated the importance of user-friendly design in currency. The lessons learned from this series influenced later coin designs, such as the Sacagawea dollar, which featured a golden color to distinguish it more clearly from other coins. For collectors, in 1979, D-coin remains an accessible and meaningful piece. While it may not be rare in most grades, it holds value as part of a complete Susan B. Anthony dollar collection. High-quality examples, especially those with exceptional eye appeal and minimal imperfections, can be valuable additions to a collection. Additionally, the coin's historical significance as part of the first year of issue and its role in the evolution of U.S. currency make it an interesting and worthwhile subject for study. Now here comes the 1980 P dollar coin. The 1980 P1 dollar coin belongs to the historic Susan B. Anthony dollar series, which represents one of the most important transitions in modern United States coinage. This coin was produced by the United States Mint at the Philadelphia Mint, indicated by the P mint mark located just above the shoulder of Susan B. Anthony on the obverse. The inclusion of the P mint mark itself was still relatively new at the time, as Philadelphia had only recently begun placing mint marks on circulating coins starting in 1979, making this detail historically interesting for collectors. The Susan B. Anthony dollar series was introduced in 1979 as a replacement for the larger Eisenhower dollar. The goal was to create a coin that would be more convenient for everyday use, particularly in vending machines, transit systems, and general commerce. By 1980, the second year of the series, it became clear that the coin was not achieving widespread public acceptance, but production continued in large numbers to meet existing distribution plans and institutional demand. The obverse design of the coin features a right-facing portrait of Susan B. Anthony, a key figure in the American women's suffrage movement. Her contributions to the fight for women's rights made her a powerful and symbolic choice for representation on U.S. currency. The portrait was designed by chief engraver Frank Gasparo, who aimed to create a realistic and dignified depiction. Surrounding the portrait are the inscriptions Liberty at the top, In God We Trust to the right, and the date 1980 at the bottom. 13 stars appear along the border, representing the original 13 colonies, reinforcing the nation's historical roots. The reverse design continues the same imagery used throughout the Susan B. Anthony dollar series, featuring an eagle landing on the moon while holding an olive branch. This design is based on the Apollo 11 mission insignia, symbolizing both technological achievement and a message of peace. Above the eagle is the Earth, shown from the lunar perspective, adding a sense of depth and global significance. The inscriptions include United States of America around the top, E pluribus unum above the eagle, and $1 at the bottom. The coin is composed of a copper-nickel-clad material, with a pure copper core and outer layers consisting of 75% copper and 25% nickel. It weighs approximately 8.1 grams and measures 26.5 millimeters in diameter. The edge is reeded, similar to that of a quarter or dime. One of the most notable characteristics of the coin is its size and color, which closely resemble the quarter. This similarity caused widespread confusion among the public, as many people found it difficult to distinguish between the two coins in everyday transactions. This design issue significantly contributed to the coin's lack of popularity. In terms of mintage, the 1980 P. Susan B. Anthony dollar was produced in very large quantities, with hundreds of millions of coins struck. Because of this high mintage, the coin is relatively common today, especially in circulated condition. Most examples found in circulation are worth only their face value. However, uncirculated coins in mint state condition can carry a modest premium, particularly if they exhibit strong luster, minimal contact marks, and a well-defined strike. Collectors often pay close attention to the quality of the strike and surface preservation when evaluating 1980 P coins. Some coins from this period may show weak details, especially in the hair of Susan B., Anthony, or the feathers of the eagle. Coins with sharp details and clean surfaces are more desirable and can achieve higher grades when submitted to professional grading services. High-grade examples, such as those graded MS65 or higher, are considered premium pieces within the series. Although the 1980 P coin does not have a widely recognized major variety like the 1979 P wide rim variety, minor errors and die variations can still occur. These may include off-center strikes, die cracks, or other minting anomalies. Such error coins can be of interest to collectors, depending on their uniqueness and visual appeal. By 1980, it had become evident that the Susan B. Anthony dollar was not being widely used by the general public. Many coins remained in storage rather than circulating, and the continued production was largely driven by pre-existing plans and the needs of specific industries. The lack of public acceptance was primarily due to the coin's similarity to the quarter and the continued dominance of the $1 bill in everyday transactions. The challenges faced by the Susan B. Anthony dollar series, including the 1980 P issue, provided valuable lessons for future coin designs. When the United States Mint introduced the Sacagawea dollar in 2000, they made significant changes, including a distinctive golden color and smoother edge, to ensure that the new coin would be easily distinguishable from other denominations. These improvements were directly influenced by the shortcomings of the Susan B. Anthony dollar. From a collector's perspective, the 1980 P1 coin remains an accessible and historically meaningful piece. While it is not rare in most grades, it holds value as part of a complete Susan B. Anthony dollar collection and as a representation of an important era in U.S. coinage. Collectors who focus on high-grade examples or coins with exceptional eye appeal may find opportunities to acquire pieces that stand out within the series. The coin also serves as a reminder of the balance between innovation and practicality in currency design. While the Susan B. Anthony dollar introduced a smaller and more efficient format, its lack of clear visual distinction ultimately limited its success. Nevertheless, it remains a significant milestone, both for its technical aspects and for its role in recognizing the contributions of women to American history. So the next time you see a dollar coin, don't ignore it. Look closely. Check the year. Look for the mint mark. Study the details. Because one small difference, one tiny feature, could change everything. And who knows, the next valuable coin might already be sitting in your drawer right now. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. Because here, we don't just talk about coins, we reveal hidden treasure.